just wanted to understand, are you an aspiring director, a promoter, or a founder of a company, or even a CEO, CXO, a senior leader who plays a very crucial role in your own organization? If the answer to any of these questions is yes, don't miss out on the series of the Member Spotlight, which focuses on the recognition, growth, credibility of the members of Mentor My Board who are under the spotlight. They will share their experiences, which is worth imbibing for each one of you. It gives you immense learnings, immense understanding about the various industries that they have been experts in. So just don't miss the member spotlight series that we do regularly, frequently on almost every Thursdays at 6 p.m. as we are here today. At Mentor My Board, we nurture businesses, we empower the leaders, we create new growth trajectories for the companies through the governance, through good governance. And in this pursuit, we have hosted various events where our Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharamanji was a part. Union and Cabinet Minister of Women and Child Development Smriti Raniji was a part of our events. Dr. Kiran Bedi, who is a governance evangelist, was part of one of our event. Mr. Ajay Tyagi, who is an ex-SEBI chairman. Uh, we had Ekta Kapoor, we had Vinita Vaid Singhal, who is an IAS officer, Yogita Jadhav, who is a SEBI personnel. So these are dignitaries, and along with them, a lot more other dignitaries who have kind of graced these occasions. And you know why? Because it is kind of making an impact by providing a platform for growth with governance. And in this journey today with us, we have 80 plus mentors and board leaders on the platform of Mentor My Board. So I urge each one of you to go there on the platform at www.mentormyboard.com and create your login ID, which is absolutely free for you. And with this login ID, what happens? You get access to a plethora of resources, tools, services that we have to offer you. So, without further ado, let me now get into the member spotlight series for today, where I want to welcome Dr. Vinod Malkar. He is a director at SIMS, to becoming the Dean of Commerce and Management at Sanjivani University. He is the chairman of Board of Studies at SP Pune University and an active member of Mentor My Board community as well. A very good evening, Vinodji, and welcome to this Member Spotlight series.
Thank you, ma'am.
Wonderful. So, we would love to hear your journey because you've been a chairman, a board director, a member, you've been a dean of an university. We would love to understand from you about your journey in this educational sector.
Thank you, Neha ma'am, and thank you, Mentor My Board, for providing me this wonderful opportunity on this platform. Let me start with my leadership journey, actually. So,
Sure.
the I am belongs to the Sanjivani group of institutions, which is have a 40 years of legacy started by our founder, Honorable Shri Shankar Ravji Kolle Sahib, and
Mhm.
again forwarded with the legacy. And in that institution, since I'm serving since last 14 years, I joined as a assistant professor with consistent, moving my portfolio, my profile. They has promoted me associate professor, later on professor, and in 2017 they has promoted institute has promoted me as a head of the department of MBA program. From that year 2017, my actual journey of leadership has been started, where I have
Wonderful.
managed a small team of 7 people only. But in 2017, we had taken a decision 18 to go with autonomous and increase in intake of MBA from 60 to 120. So
Wow.
unfortunately, in 2019-20, COVID arises. We made it 60 to 120 intake. We had
Oh,
made an autonomous program, and because of this COVID, out of that 7 people, my team also get out from the work, and I remains only two. So this was
Oh,
one of the challenging leadership positions. So I remember the thought leaders are created in bad situations. So I thought this is an opportunity to show the leadership skills. And let me
wonderful.
tell you, we had wonderfully managed all entire autonomous program. Now, that time I built a team which I was expecting one of the dream team. So I called up experts in my team, and I had recruited them also, and focusing on that level. So that was amazing. And post COVID, it was fantastic move again. And that's why this work during COVID, after COVID, in the span of 2 3 years, seen by lots of stakeholders. And that's why I'm promoted as a director in 2023 of SIMS. And simultaneously, Pune University, Savitribai Phule Pune University also has recognized my work and thought the person who is staying in the place like Kopargaon, delivering 100% placements results and lots of activity he is consistently doing. Why not have a chance to him to as an chairman at board of studies of Savitribai Phule Pune University? So again, this was one of the rewarding and challenging opportunity for me. So both challenges and rewards as a part, that also I thought I can influence and I can bring a change of 50,000 plus students and 150 plus institutions, which is under Pune University. And again, with an we started in 2024 Sanjivani University, where also I played a major role of formation of entire university and the entire commerce and management department that I am handling over there. That was a journey where lots of leadership role I played, and I am consistently performing my duties in the best possible manner.
Wonderful. I think nothing best what I could remember what I've read today is that leaders are people who create more leaders under them. And I think you did exactly the same thing, capitalized on on the worst of the times to prove yourself and make leaders under you. So I indeed understand you are an amazing leader. And with this, I also want to understand what is so in education sector basically, how do you implement a role of a dean, of a chairman? How do these roles segregate or separate from each other and are still in congruence with each other?
So, like in a cricket match, according to the ball, according to the situation, according to the profile, we have to make the strategies. We
True.
are different at home, we are different at our workplace, and we are different at our positions.
Right.
So, being this understanding roles and responsibility of each post and performing best possible manner on that post. So while my role at Savitribai Phule Pune University, where my role is to give the best curriculum to the entire management institutes across the Pune University,
Right.
where there are board of members. Under each board members, I have to connect the chairmans. I have to connect with the board of study members and connecting with all officials. Again, for all the guidelines of the government, all national education policy rules regulations, I have to read, and accordingly my passion over there to provide the best curriculum to the students who are taking a course of management program under an Pune University. So I understood this is one of the portfolio. Secondly, being as a director of Sanjivani Institute of Management Studies, though why I am here. So my why is very clear at all front. So my why is very clear. Being as a director, I have to give a good placement, good entrepreneurships with so many kinds of programs that I have to implement. So
True.
delivering of curriculum, that is again important, day-to-day functions and correspondence with state bodies, national bodies. That is my role over there. And talking about the Sanjivani University, where a Dean of Commerce and Management, here BCom program, BBA program, and MBA program, according to the market need, we have to manage these programs also. And with the help of program coordinator, I am delivering the best possible manners over there also. So this is the way I am managing all these three portfolios.
Amazing, amazing. And I'm sure in any role that you play, I mean, right from if a girl, I mean, if someone is a homemaker, or even if you're playing a role of a dean, right, you do face certain challenges. So would you like to elaborate something where you have, something specific if you want to elaborate, or even in general, any challenge that you would have faced apart from the COVID one that you recently mentioned about? But apart from that, any particular challenge that you faced and you overcame it in the best way?
See, in any situation of management, we should understand who is our stakeholders. And once we understood the stakeholders, we have to understood their challenges, their problems, and we have to find out the solution.
True.
So being in the field of academics, our first important stakeholder is a student.
Right.
So understanding the students, like this place, we face so many challenges with the students also, and we are trying to overcome the solutions on that problem that we face. Suppose when I become as the leader or head here, we found that students are making projects copy paste.
Hmm.
So students are mugging in the examination. Students are hesitate to go on a field work.
Hmm.
So these are certain students are facing a challenges of communication skill. Students are facing a skilled kind of things. Even students at this place have even not hunger to do something, or maybe not fire in the belly also. So there
Hmm.
are multiple challenges when we talk about the students, but we found out the solutions at each one. Like we had introduced the internship programs, we had introduced the practical programs where students can take the interest. We had appointed the counselor for their other issues also. Ki we face, we feel ki, we should not they are facing some another challenges, and that should be handled by someone another experts. So
Hmm.
that kind of challenges that we faced, and we had find out the solutions on whatever the problems day to day coming. So maybe discipline issues, we had handled that also well. So anyhow, once our why is get cleared, we have to bring the students as per the expectations of the corporate world, as per the expectations of the society, and being as a mentor of the students also, being as a teacher of the students, we should able to line up them, and we should able to deliver best to them. So that was the day to day challenges we face. Second, my stakeholder is a faculty, where also we found to train the faculty first of all, to bring the faculty to the place like this. That was also the challenges. Thanks, we are from the holy place of Shirdi Sai Baba, where lots of blessings that we are getting from Baba, and we are able to catch so much of positivity, and we are able to handle the challenges at faculty level also. The lifelong learning is one of the important thing in
Hmm.
education. So we have to train the faculty at every time as per need of the corporate world. We had implemented so many policies. Faculty we are sending for conferences, workshops, faculty development program, management development program. We made them compulsory NPTEL courses, online courses also, to bridge the gap. And
Hmm.
we are trying to give the best work culture so that faculty can stay and can deliver the best to the students. Third
Wonderful.
stakeholder, that is industry also, where we have to well connections with the industry, and we have to be uh, onboard so many companies for internship and placements. And we have again counseling with parents as a stakeholders because they are paying the fees. Sometimes we face the challenges like from specifically from girls parent. We have only one kid. We don't want to send in Mumbai or Bangalore or Pune. Their objectives of educations are different. So
Ah,
we
interesting.
counsel the parents also. and we are doing that also in that way. And I think if we satisfy these four major stakeholder, our roles becomes very easy.
I am sure the parents would be a little more difficult to handle because nowadays,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
having only one or two kids, the focus towards children has
Yes, yes.
kind of increased manifold. So I can understand the fourth pillar that you mentioned is the strongest one and is
Because
the
last before starting my interview, two parents came and they were just inquiring about the MBA admission process, and I just asked them, "Where is the student?" Both, mother and father came alone, but they had not bring the kids for the program like MBA. So
okay.
these kinds of challenge you might be not facing in the metropolitan cities where we are facing at this place.
Wonderful. All right. So now moving on from your role as a dean and as a chairperson to the role of an independent director. So you are a certified director, and I want to understand what made you kind of think about a role as an independent director. One, and how do you see this role evolving with your contributions to corporate governance practices?
Frankly speaking, when I was just reading about non-executive independent director, their roles and responsibility in the month of January, and I just gone all the government rules and regulations, and I thought having an almost 20 years of experience in the field of management, sales and marketing, and so many strategic management, I should
True.
attempt this exam, and I started preparations of this examination. And so I decided some deadline. So I thought ki I should complete entire modules of preparations by in next 4 5 months, and I had given that examination, and on the first attempt I qualified that examination also.
Wonderful.
Then, once I understood what's the roles and responsibility, the first important things why there is a need of an independent act. One is important, that is, corporate governance is highly important in this area. Ethics and values in business is highly important. The board team has to, so many SMEs are there, so many companies are there, where we have to guide the board team about strategic directions, effective governance, how we can go with. Then
Hmm.
environment, society, and ESG also that we have to look out. So there are so many areas. Even we have to aware the corporate world what are the sustainable development goals and how the companies can work on one of the goals as a CSR activities. So being as an independent director, I have to play a major role to advising this corporate world, and to channelize and to make these companies more effective and more performing and doing best for the society and for the benefits of the every individuals.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, while I understand your contribution towards this role as an independent director, how do you see this role as an independent director in the education industry that you are currently in?
See, one of the important aspect now in parliament, in economics, and everywhere in India is talking about the skill gap. So,
Yeah,
they have understood that what industry is required and what the skill set students are having, and there
correct.
is a gap.
Hmm.
So, my role being as an independent director to strategize the institutions to fill this gap. And
Wonderful.
I'm very happy since in the last 8 9 years I played a very strategic role to fill this gap. My
Hmm.
idea to propose the university where I thought ki at least I should produce the 10,000 skilled labor through my own contribution also, because with
One
so many strategies I kept from last 5 years 100% placement record for my management students. So
super.
that's where I have to play one of the major roles in the employment generations or skill development among the students.
Wonderful. And this budget, especially focusing
Yeah,
so much on skill
so much
development,
on
I
skill
can
development.
completely understand the role of institution and the crucial, strategic role that the institutions will now play in terms of making those children more ready and, more savvy towards the industries that they are going to work. So I should really commend you on that role. uh, with this in mind, I wanted to understand what is your approach towards the curriculum development. I mean, has there been any tweaks that you have made to ensure that these students can meet the needs of the industry, or what has been your approach apart from the placements that you are kind of, searching for them?
See, curriculum development is one of the very great process, and curriculum plays a vital role in employability.
Hmm.
So I think many of the institutions are not following the process of developing the curriculum. So being first we made it autonomous, and when it comes to developing the curriculum, first of all, the first point comes what market requires, what
Hmm.
kind of skills markets are required. So if we are in the domain of management area, so what are in the area of finance, marketing, human resource management, business analytics, fintech, digital marketing, which are the emerging area and what are the skill sets required by the industry in that area. Once we have a strong research survey, then we have to make program outcomes. Suppose I have to, the first step started of making the curriculum is setting the program outcome.
Hmm.
Program means what? MBA is 2 years program, BBA
Correct.
is 3 years or 4 years program. So we should design the program outcomes at the end of 2 years. What should be the skills comes in the students in the 3 years of program? What should be the program outcome? So first
Hmm.
step is deciding the program outcomes, and to fulfill that program outcomes we have to inculcate the courses.
Correct.
Suppose MBA in fintech or business analytics requires these skills, these are the outcomes, then which are the courses we should include to fulfill that skill? So, listing the courses, then developing the course outcomes, developing the inside content, and once you develop the curriculum of that particular course, then the next part comes, that is evaluation process. How you will going to evaluate? So whether rubrics has been developed or proper or not, whether there is an internal evaluation, external evaluations, because how evaluation is also important. Unless and until you will not measure what you delivered has been, has been reflected amongst the students or not. And
100%.
this is linked with the outcome based educations. So
Hmm.
once we are able to measure the outcome of the students, industry automatically demands us. And
Right.
once industry come to know कि these are the skills of the students, and they will directly absorb it. So rather than focusing on the calling the companies for the placement, if we focus on the skill of the students, the company will started searching us. This
Wonderful.
is the
I
philosophy where we started working since last 5 years, and I'm very sure this is a very successful model that every institution should follow, and every institution should go ahead. We have a very clear why on that point. We are developing the curriculum only for these three aspects. One is that is placements. Another is an if graduate level higher education, and third one that is a startup. The student should be able to perform their own business or own employment. So
wonderful.
everyone, if focus on that way, the curriculum plays a very vital role in that scenario.
I think this is sincerely amazing. But what are those trends that you see that are shaping the future of, the management education? Because and how are you preparing for these changes? Because having this, skill development in focus now, what are the changes that you foresee?
Yeah, very good, because recently the way artificial intelligence, machine learning, so many technology are coming in the market.
True.
Initially, we were only marketing, finance, HR, operations. Now, specialized things have also started coming in the area of business management. And that's why, if recently we had designed three programs. First program, that is become in financial markets, where students are developed only for financial market, and we are focusing BFSI, banking, finance, securities, and insurance. So
Right.
these all are the four areas where, become we are offering in financial markets.
Hmm.
We are dreaming that after 4 years of become degree, our students should reach the positions of funds manager also in
Wonderful.
the company. So we had included, and all these, if you sector you find out, are growing even 10 to 12% every year. So we included commodity markets, even we included cryptocurrencies also in the curriculum,
Oh,
and
interesting.
insurance, securities. So all these new parameters in the BCom itself. Then we started one more program, that is BBA in technology, international business and technology. So where the students are equally teach the blockchain, machine learning, AI also, and students will learn how to do the business beyond the boundaries of nation.
Wonderful.
So that's why BBA in international business plus technology. This is something innovations that we bring in the curriculum. And in case of MBA also, we had bring with the fintech and business analytics kind of thing, where these are the current needs of the market. So we identify where the companies are going and what kind of skills are required, and accordingly we are developing our programs and curriculums.
Wonderful. So I see a lot of differentiator or amazing leadership qualities in you, and that brings me to my next question to you is like, what are those leadership qualities that you believe are very essential for success in any setting, maybe corporate, maybe academic, maybe the student's life? So how do you foster these kind of qualities, for the community?
See, first of all, my own style of leadership that I comment, lead by example. The
Hmm.
first point that I always prepare, I should know what my team has to perform. So
Correct.
at least, so I should set an example in front of them, and they should follow. So this was lead by example is the first. If I had delivering one course, and if I made a rule, the teacher should be present 5 minutes before the class, before starting the class. So I should first the follower of that one. So lead by example is the first. Secondly, I believe developing high, performance team.
Hmm.
So alone we can't do anything. Aligning the
So
team with the vision is very important. So
correct.
team building is one of the important leadership qualities where we can build up the team. And third important, aligning the teams with the vision and mission of the company or the organizations, and to achieve our outcomes. And third, decision making is again important quality, where the problems comes, we should have a proper decision analysis, root cause analysis model. So that I think helps me to take the right decisions at that moment. And once I started taking these corrective actions, I thought that has become so workable, and that gives me the next position to lead.
Amazing, amazing qualities that you have and that you mentioned about. And Dr. Vinod, we are so happy to have you. And, I'm really kind of overwhelmed speaking to you, understanding your thoughts and your, inputs on these things. My last question to you is, what is your vision for the future of governance, and how do you see the role of institutions like Minter My Board in this space?
See, future of governance talking about. So India is having an highly demographic dividend. Our average age of the nation is 29 years, and India has a huge potential. So if we can convert population into human resource, if we convert population into human resource, that will be the way. No one will stop us to become a superpower.
Wonderful.
So,
I like
so
that
the
term.
role of institutions plays an highly vital role in this in the shaping all this. So being as a educational institution, being as a corporate world, they should understand, like, even there is a needs to lots of changes that we have to do in the systems also. And if we are able to do the changes in the system, that plays a very important and vital role. So mentor my boards has more than 500 plus mentors, and the board of directors, the economies runs by the companies. We have an governance also, government also. They know how much to spend on an education, how much to on CSR, and how much on an various activities. So mentor my boards has really doing a fantastic job in governance. Simultaneously, wherever they are, the people you are guiding them how to perform better. And that is one of the reasons our economy is growing very fast, right? And if all together we are able to channelize our young populations towards a best human resource, skilled human resource, with the help of all these efforts, will surely become very soon a superpower of the world.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vinod. It was sincere pleasure speaking to you, and we will catch up again surely with a lot of more insights from your end. But it was a wonderful chat with you. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
joining.
Thank you, ma'am. I also enjoyed a lots of discussions with you and amazing questions you had.